You know what? I think I know how to save NBA All-Star Weekend. Let's run it. Yo, what up? It's your boy Mac TheWiseSole, your home for sneakers and sports. So we're back at it, new week. Last week was last week. Of course, as you know, it was Super Bowl week or the Super Bowl hangover. I ain't really gonna get into all that because I said what I said last weekend. Your boy was pretty down. I caught a lot of smoke, and it's all fair because I was talking a lot of trash. I talked a lot of trash to a lot of people, a lot of different fan bases. And they came at me. They came at your boy pretty fast and pretty tough. Pause. Like it was bad. But I'm gonna say this. There were some of you people out here who decided to send messages and talk trash who didn't say nothing before, the Super Bowl or during the season or whatever. And now you're on my radar. See, now I'm going to have to be relentless in attacking you and your teams in the future. And you brought this on yourself. I'm just being real. You brought this on yourself. But, we ain't gonna hold on and, talk about that anymore. We're gonna get out for that. Super Bowl is over. It's a whole new week. We're gonna talk about NBA All-Star Weekend. We're gonna talk about the Air Jordan 4 Reimagined release. Seems to be like there's some problems with that. We got some issues. QA issues, cancellations. We'll talk about all that. But before I even get into everything, make sure you go ahead and do your boy a favor. Make sure you hit that subscribe button here on YouTube. Also, make sure you follow me on all social media platforms, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, at TheWiseSole. Same username for all of them. That's where you'll catch your boy. I'm active on all platforms. So definitely check your boy out. And I appreciate you for sharing this, making the comments or whatever. We're going to go ahead and get into some things right now. Again, like I said, All-Star Weekend. I think I know how to save it, or at least save a little bit of it, because some of it, I don't think can be saved. I'm just being completely honest with you. But first, before we get into all that, you see that sneaker right there? The Air Jordan 4 dropped this past Saturday, February 17th. And it seemed to go pretty well. A lot of people were able to cop shoes and cop sneakers. A lot of people doubled up. I included. I doubled up. I did say I might triple up on them. I didn't go that far, but I did double up. Some people weren't able to get pairs, and I'm sorry for those who weren't. Hopefully, the resale market, quiets down and you can get your pairs, or there'll be restocks or whatever. I hate that, everybody who really wanted a pair wasn't able to get a pair. But I think if you actually worked hard enough, you really were out there trying to get pairs, you were able to cop a pair. Like I talked about, I got my pairs, right here. Air Jordan 4 Reimagined. This sneaker is amazing. Let's talk about a couple things about it. A lot of people are saying it's better than the OG. I have the OG back there. I'm not going to pull it out right now. And I say OG, I mean the 2019 version of the OG. Look, the leather works. I'm going to be completely honest. The leather works. It makes the shoe very wearable as opposed to the Nubuck, Durabuck. And that shoe got real ashy. I wore that shoe a lot. It got ashy. I saw somebody, I forgot where I saw this, but somebody said, the Durabuck Nubuck shoe is definitely an indoor sneaker. And it is definitely an indoor sneaker, because if you don't want that shoe getting dirty outside, no matter how much protection you put on it, it's eventually going to just wear down. But these right here, the Reimagined, you can beat these bad boys up. You can beat those shoes up. You're going to be able to get a lot of wears out of them. And I think it's going to be a good shoe overall, man. Like, the leather quality seems really solid. It's real soft. Look, another thing, this shoe is not as soft as the SB4 that came out last year. The SB4 is a different level of soft. The comfortability of the sneaker, I haven't put it on yet, so I can't really speak on that. It should be as comfortable since they went with that whole design, but it's not as soft as the SB4. So whoever told you that, they're lying to you. It's not. But it's really good. Don't get me wrong, it's really good. Let your boy know in the comments below, did you cop the Air Jordan 4 Reimagined? If so, how many pairs did you get? Like I said, I doubled up. It was worth it. I did try to triple up, but like I said, I was unsuccessful. But there did come some problems with this drop. We've seen some quality control issues. We've seen upside down Jumpman tags on the tongue. I've seen a few of those. And cancellations. It looks like Foot Locker and some other, shoe stores have been sending out cancellation emails. That's crazy. That means they were just giving W's to everybody. And I feel bad for those people the most because they had the excitement of the day of the weekend, thinking they copped and they got their sneaker. And then all of a sudden you're getting a cancellation email. I've received cancellation emails before on sneakers that I've received or I've ordered from like Foot Locker and Champs back in the day. So I know how that feels, and I'm sorry for you, but that's crazy how much these stores oversold this sneaker. The exact number of pairs that were out there, nobody really knows. I mean, there's speculation. There was quite a few, because I'm not gonna lie, there was quite a few. Even on Sneakers app, I want to say there was over 240,000 pairs. And it's funny, when I did my Sneakers app thing, I was pinning for a long time. A couple of homies hit me up like they got them. I was like, damn, I pinned for like at least a good 15 to 20 minutes. And then I finally got my W, and I only saw I had the W because I got the notification that the payment came out. And so I went back to Sneakers and I got them screen. So I'm happy, like I told you guys before, the Air Jordan 4 bread, or as we called it, black cement, it could be whatever you want to call it. I don't care. That was the first Air Jordan sneaker I got as a child. So I'm always going to cop this sneaker whenever it comes out. I don't care what they do to it. I'm always going to grab that. So let me know again, did you cop the Air Jordan 4 Reimagined? It's a hell of a sneaker. I'm telling you guys, it's a hell of a sneaker. So now let's get to the sports side. We had the sneakers. Let's get to the sports. NBA All-Star Weekend this past weekend. God, it was terrible. Like, the highlight of the weekend, obviously, at least in my opinion, was the shootout between Steph Curry and Sabrina. That was the highlight of the weekend. And that, I'm not going to say that's a problem, but it kind of is a problem. You got all these other games. You have the skills challenge, the three-point shootout, the slam dunk contest was sleep. Look, congratulations, Mac McGlung, whatever your name is. Congratulations. You did an okay job. Jaylen Brown, you tried. And here, I'll say this real quick. The whole Jaylen Brown thing, fans, you guys got to lay low, man. I get it. The judges messed up. Jaylen Brown did the best he could do, but the judges messed up on that. And what happened to Jaylen Brown is the reason why a lot of bigger stars don't compete in the dunk contest, because he got roasted for a good 24 hours. Not only that, he got booed in the introduction of the All-Star game. Why are you booing an All-Star who competed in the dunk contest? I mean, let's now that I think about it, who was the last All-Star that actually competed in a dunk contest? You probably got to go back to like the Blake Griffin days or the Dwight Howard days. All-Stars just don't compete in the dunk contest no more. I think we got to get back to something like that. But I digress and talk about the weekend as a whole. The game, we'll get into the game for a little bit, but the game was, they scored over 200 points. That in itself is what it was. There's nothing we can really say about that. But the skills challenge, I thought the skills challenge is fun. I think the events could be a little bit better. They could probably add a little bit more to the events to make that something that's better. Lack of a better word, is better. The three-point shootout. The three-point shootout is now what the slam dunk contest used to be. The three-point shootout is the main event. So change number one to All-Star Weekend, you need to change the three-point shootout to the final event of the night, because that's what the game is now. Kids are chucking up threes, shooting threes. Everybody want to be like Steph Curry. That is now the main event for NBA All-Star Weekend and All-Star Saturday night. For the dunk contest. The dunk contest. I'm going to just say this. They've tried new things. And I'm not with the whole, every dunk has been done, nothing can be. I'm not with all that. Even if the dunks have been done before, it's still presentation, new people doing them, excitement in the dunk contest. You can repeat dunks. I mean, hell, Mac McClung repeated a lot of the dunks he did the year before, and he won. And it's no big deal. But I'm going to say this. Let's remember and let's not forget the name of the weekend. It is NBA All-Star Weekend. And look, the G League is the G League, and that's cool. But rule number one, if you're not in the NBA, if you're not on an NBA roster, because I think Tobin, he's in the G League as well. McClung, he's in the G League. You can't be in the dunk contest. We have to either go, it's all NBA players, or it's no NBA players. You can go ahead and get a lot of street ball players, people you see on YouTube. That's fine. You can do that. It's either all NBA players or non-NBA players. There's an exception to this, all right? Here's an exception. And this is another thing I think they could try to change for NBA All-Star Weekend. I don't think they'll be able to pull it off, but here's my suggestion. If you remember back, what was it? I want to say like maybe 2013, 2014, somewhere around there. Remember they tried the dunk contest where they had teams? It was like a Western Conference team and an Eastern Conference team, I think, and they had combined scores, and it was a group of players that won. I want to say it was like the Harrison Barnes year. I forgot who else is it. It wasn't an individual competition. It was a team competition. Now, that's something you can try to entertain if you did want to go NBA versus G League or NBA versus everyone else. Get a few NBA players and a few other G League or YouTubers or whatever, and you can have a matchup that way. I don't think that's the greatest idea, but that's the best if you want to have G Leaguers and so forth in it. If not, then it has to be NBA players. Like, I'm over, you don't have to be an all-star to do it, but be in the NBA, gosh, just be in the NBA. Like, this is supposed to be NBA All-Star Weekend. We got to do a better job. So, I get it. Let the jokes fly. I get it. But if they're all-stars, we don't need to boo them in the all-star game because of the results of the dunk contest. That's a little extreme. A little extreme. The shootout with Sabrina and Steph was really entertaining. You know, she shot from the men's three. She had a smaller ball, but she did her thing. She would have won the regular 3-point shootout if she wasn't going against the GOAT and Steph. So, congratulations, Sabrina. You did your thing. You repped the WNBA well. Congratulations. We'll see if they do it again. In my opinion, if I was the NBA, I would have waited until next year to actually do this because the All-Star game is in the Bay Area and you got Steph and Sabrina who's from the Bay. That would have made more sense, but, you know, NBA does what the NBA wants to do. The weekend, the All-Star Saturday night can be adjusted and I think can be saved. Like I said, the skills challenge, a lot of the good young players participated. I mean, some of the effort, Anthony Edwards shooting left-handed, whatever. You had fun. That's cool. But the game itself, the All-Star game itself is done. It's cooked. Like, it's cooked. And people are like suggesting what can they do to make this more competitive. And to be completely honest, I don't think there's anything anybody can do. The players themselves are going to have to determine we want to compete in the NBA All-Star game. We want to be competitive. We want to make this game, you know, something that's real, something that shows that, hey, we're out here showcasing our skills, that we are the best players in the world. And we're not just running around up and down the court, shooting up threes from half court, throwing lobs, bounce passes, dunks off the backboards. Like, I get it. Some of that's fun, and that's what the All-Star game is about, fun. But you got to lock in a little bit. Like, I don't want it to get to the point like the NFL. The NFL Pro Bowl game got so bad, they were just pretty much playing two-hand touch. Like, you weren't even getting tackled anymore. So what did the NFL do? They scrapped the game and made it a flag football game. I don't know how you do that in the NBA as far as the equivalents of that. But it's pretty it's pretty bad, man. They have to try, and it starts with the players. NBA players. You're probably not watching. It might come across the screen on YouTube one day. You guys have to want this more in order for this game to be more competitive. There are no players from the early 2000s, the late 90s that are here anymore that can help you guys make this more competitive. It's on you. And if that's the way this game is going to be going forward, it is what it is. There's nothing we're really going to be able to do about it. But I hope deep down inside, this next generation decides, you know what, we're going to try a little bit harder. You don't have to go all out the whole game. Don't get me wrong. I get it. You don't want to get hurt. But at least pretend to try. You know who always put a good effort in the All-Star game? And it's funny because I'm not the biggest fan of this player, but he always goes hard and 100%. Pause. Russell Westbrook, when he was in the All-Star games, he was playing. Like, he was really playing. Like, he really tried. And the effort is all we want to see, NBA. We just want to see better effort. Like I said, you don't have to go crazy the whole game, but 200 points. Like, if you guys are just hitting threes, I get it. That's the game now. But can we put a hand up or something? You ain't even got to, like, try to super contest a shot, but put a hand up. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about NBA All-Star Weekend. How did it go? Did you watch it? How did you feel about it? Was it worth it for the weekend, or was everybody kind of asleep? Was it a snooze fest? Was it boring? What was it? Anyway, I thank you for tuning in. First of all, thank you for tuning in. We're going to get into more NBA talk now that the NFL season's over. We got the NBA, Major League Baseball coming up. The second half of the NBA season is about to kick off tomorrow night. Well, it might be tonight, depending on when I drop this video. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll get into all that in the next video. How I feel the second half of the season is going to go. Who I think is going to win some of the postseason awards. Hey, Embiid can't be MVP. He didn't play enough games. But that boy in Cleveland, Donovan Mitchell, he might be a real MVP candidate. Anyway, again, thanks for tapping in. Thanks for tuning in to your boy, TheWiseSole. Don't forget, follow and subscribe for more.